channel. Just a quick review really of the first 4 months of owning the Interceptor. So far, touch wood, I've not encountered any problems that everybody seems to be getting on the forums with the bike cutting out, meaning the electrical things on it. So far it's been great. We've done 1,934 miles so far on it, all been trouble free. Well, that was the mileage before the weekend anyway. There's a few more 100 miles on it now. But I'm 4 months in now, and I've had a blast on this bike. It's a lot better than I expected it to be. It's ideal for what I use it for going around A's and B roads. I do the odd dual carriageway if I'm off up to places into mid-Wales, but they're only for about 20 miles at the maximum to get to Abergavenny, and then from there it's just all A's and B roads. And I like to go down single track roads where obviously there's a bit of green in the middle of the tracks. It's all part of the fun of it. It's something I couldn't really do with the MP3, which was what was spoiling it. It was that spontaneous moment, you see a lane, I want to go down there. Well, with that, it was stable on tarmac roads, nice and smooth. But when it comes to lanes like that, it was pretty weary, to be honest, especially with the weight of it. Now, I've had no reliability issues at all with this since I've had it. I got it from Mount Motorcycles in Port Talbot. It took them 2 days to deliver it. I couldn't believe it. It was registered and the tax and everything done for you. Yeah, it was at my house, I think it was mid-afternoon on a Wednesday. I paid for it on a Monday. I obviously give the bike a good checking over, and it looked like they'd done a pretty good PDI on it. When I come to servicing it, I serviced it myself. It was 60 miles away from my house. There's no way was I riding back down to there and having a service and waiting for it or going with the bike. But I sort of knew that anyway before I bought the bike, that I was looking for something that I could actually do pretty much everything myself. It's just a downfall I have to take if they don't honour a warranty for anything. But for what the bike is, and for the price you pay for it, it is outstanding value for money. And the best thing I do like about it is, when you do start to get bored of it, it's not going to cost you the earth to change it and customise it yourself. You want to just change the colour, it's only a tank. That's the only difference on the bikes, is the colour of the tank. That's great. There's a couple of items I've done, you know, changed or added to it actually. There's only one thing I think I've actually changed, which we'll go to now in a minute. I'll put that grill, I don't know if you see it there. Put a grill on it. Fly screen, a tall one, got that from India, bargain. What else we done? We've got the panniers on the back. They're useful. Don't look as bad. I don't think they look as bad as what everyone makes out. Put a chrome rack on the back as well, as an eBay bargain as well. The seat, right? The seat. The stock seat was actually okay. I did about 300 miles on it, but the trouble I was getting with it was after a couple of hours, there just wasn't enough support, and it was giving. And with a passenger on the back, exactly the same problem. So we changed it to this one, which is the touring seat, the newer one. Now this seat, I can sit on this all day. It's absolutely great. The trouble is with it is the passenger again. There's just not enough room on the back of it. Where's this got this slant here? Really needs to come back to here. So what we're having done now is we can have a custom one made. The original seat is going in to a custom upholsterer, in September, so hopefully it'll come back a little bit better, a little bit more room on there. The other thing I had to do as well was adjust. I'll put from Hitchcock's. I got the, you can see that there, to move the pegs from by here down into this bit here. Again, the passenger was like in a racing position, and we weren't very comfortable after half an hour. So let's see what else I've done on it. Oh, I've changed. The other thing I've changed is I've put the DNA air filter in there. That's made 100% difference. It sounds better, and not only that, it just runs so much smoother. I definitely recommend one of them. I think that's about it. That's all I've done on it. I serviced it myself. I think it was on about 305 miles. Again, the only issue I had with that was one of these bolts by here was cross-threaded, so I've had to replace that and re-tap it out. Other than that, the service was fine. The oil filter was a bit tighter than normal, but again, nothing was an issue really. Chain adjustment was easy on it. Other than that, so far so good. No, the stock tyres, I did think I was going to have to replace these as soon as I bought it, but I'm really surprised at how good they are. So they're staying on. They're staying on until they need replacing. Everything else, great. Handling wise, for the power it's got, and the suspension, I find all of it okay. I ride 2 up on it. It's absolutely fine. It's coping with everything I'm chucking in it anyway. But then again, I'm not a speed freak. I'm not really into that sort of thing. But as this coming up to, well, it'll soon be coming up to 3,000 miles I would have thought in the next couple of weeks. It's not a service then, but it's a check, you know, a check over of everything and make sure everything's alright. I will probably check my tappets again, but then that's because I'm able to do that. And it's not something I would have done if I was not doing it myself and had to put it into a garage. Hopefully I'll be able to get some more videos done of riding round. Even though I do so many miles, I think I did 6,000 miles last year, all just pleasure riding. But actually finding the time to film as well on top, you know, you're too carried away enjoying the ride itself, and you come back and you haven't done the footage properly, or you just forgot altogether. I'm trying to set up something now for a microphone so I can just have sound instead of music all the time, which is a problem I've always had with the sound. It's just usually wind blast everywhere. And the GoPro I use is a pretty old one now. It's a GoPro 5, so I don't really want to buy the mic adapter for it because I don't know what camera I'm going to get next now. It's already about 5 years old, this is. Well, as you can see, since I started making this video, I've gone out and I bought a new camera, so I can now speak, which is great. It is something I've wanted to do, but I never really known how to do it. I didn't want to add to that GoPro. It's so bulky with the extra piece for the mic and the adapter, and I just think it's a bit of a rip-off really. I can buy all this stuff, you just can't plug a microphone into it. I did a bit of new camera, maybe I'd have done it, but I had that GoPro for quite a few years now. It took me a few years to understand how to work it for the start off. I think the first video I'd had the camera over 2 years then, and that video took me over a week to do because I just did not know how to edit anything. Bruce says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, eh? There's hope for us all, yeah. Well, hopefully now I'll be able to, as everything's set up a lot better now. It's the camera I got 7 hours of battery life all the time, so I can leave it running all the time now instead of stopping and starting filming, which is one of the big issues I've always had. I get so carried away into the ride that the filming just skips the mind. I've actually got to get it in my head that I'm going out to film something. So I'm hoping now I can start making a few more videos now. And start getting them out a bit more often and start seeing where I'm actually going. And I can point things out. But if you are thinking of getting one of these Royal Enfield Interceptors, I definitely recommend it. As long as you're not into putting your knee down and you're into more relaxed riding, and you want a bike that actually makes you smile, and it does make you smile, believe me. Every time I get on it I'm grinning. Then I said I'd go for one. I've not regretted one second of this now. Even though I did have my my doubts when I was reading some of the stuff that goes wrong, but it's minute compared to the amount that's sold. Hopefully soon we'll join another ride out, and in the meantime, ride safe, stay upright. Bye for now.